Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is, can you believe it, Friday, October the 1st.
I really cannot.
How did that happen?
It just
Do you remember, like, just yesterday was New Year's Day. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, it's now...
feels to me like just yesterday was the
Valentine's
4th of July and we were just outside enjoying the weather. And
It's just this whole year's gone so fast. Today is National Black Dog Day, National Hair Day, Fire Pup Day, National Homemade Cookies Day. Ooh, those are my favorite. National Manufacturing Day, National Body Language Day, and World Smile Day.
Oh, I love World Smile Day.
Good day to smile. This is going to make you smile. If you're a big fan of the TV show FBI on CBS, we have Jeremy Sisto joining us today. He's going to be my guest. Should have been a Movie Star Monday. He's got a new movie out as well, Last Night in Rozzy. Couldn't arrange it to make it work for a Monday, so I was like, we'll do it on Friday. That's fine. So it's a Movie Star Friday.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. According to a new survey, digital hoarding is very much a real thing.
Yeah.
I know someone
I know
who does
somebody.
That. That's me. 3 in 5 people admit it, they hardly ever delete photos from their smartphones. I delete photos once in a while. 56% of people admit they've been storing a lot more of their photos on their device since the beginning of the pandemic. It had nothing to do with the pandemic for me. It has everything to do with I don't take the time to delete those or any other files. So if you sent me an email in 2009, I probably still have
got it. I guarantee you still have it.
Maybe not 2009, but certainly I know I just saw one the other day from 2013. I was like, why do I still have this? A new study says consuming more dairy fat could help prevent a heart attack. Yeah, prevent.
Really?
Dairy fat.
That's good news.
Yeah, so I'm going to go get me some dairy fat. All right, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. I love it when it starts out with a drunken man caused $27,000 worth of damage performing an obscene act on top of a statue. I'm not even going to talk about what exactly was going on.
I think I have an idea.
45-year-old Stuart Tomlinson gets to pay $6,000 in compensation for snapping the head off of Footy Imp, a statue sponsored by a charity in Lincoln City Football Club is where this was. The court was shown on closed circuit television footage, so they got to see what happened.
Right.
As this jobless father of two.
Oh, gosh, that's embarrassing, those poor kids.
Well, and what he was doing, he was pretending to do something which he wasn't really doing. It was a fiberglass statue dressed as Lincoln City's...
So he was just goofing around and ended up breaking. Okay.
He'd been drinking all day.
That makes it a little better.
Yeah, he had been drinking all day. He has received death threats over this because it's like the town statue, and they're really mad at him. So, and that's just from the mayor. Just kidding. I don't know who the death threats are from. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Comedian Jon Stewart. We used to love him on the
And you know what, though? I'm kind of coming back around to him again.
But I mean, remember when we first got married, we'd watch him all the time.
We did.
And then we haven't watched that in a long time. But he's going to be hosting a new show on Apple TV that will combine reporting on world events with comedic absurdity. So I think that's kind of what he's known for. And I bet people will like it. It almost sounds like, I don't know, another show he's done in the past.
Yeah, just a little.
In a new interview, actor Daniel Craig says that he believes, just his thoughts, he believes the character James Bond should not be changed to a woman.
And I agree with him. I absolutely agree.
He's not
with
the only
him.
one who thinks that. There are many people that are going, if you want to have like Jane Bond and you want to have another character, make another character.
Jane Bond.
Like, why would you? So that's what they're saying. Make it another character. You don't need to change this one. So
No,
I don't.
I agree
quite
completely.
Understand what the plan was. New video shows Nicole Richie accidentally set her hair on fire at her
Whoa.
40th birthday party. So remember when she was younger, she and Paris Hilton always said, "That's hot."
That is hot.
I wonder if she said that
That's
when her
real-
hair caught on fire.
I hope she
That's the
did.
first thing I thought of. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Facebook creating augmented reality glasses, which could transport you to a virtual world, sending message notifications to your eyes and placing walking directions in front of your face. So remember Google Glasses? And those things were like 10 years ago were all the rage, and then all of a sudden they're gone. So this is like the new thing. Mm-hmm. So Facebook is basically saying, put on these glasses and let us show you the world you deserve to see. So I don't know how that's going to go. Costco is warning customers about a potential toilet paper shortage. So I don't know what that's all about. New group of scientists are trying to potty train cows. You'd think thered be more to that story, but that's
like
all I
with
got.
a toilet?
Uh-huh. I'd love to share more, but I got nothing to go on.
Alrighty.
A gene editing startup, Colossal Labs, is the company we talked about like a week ago. They raised $15 million from investors, hoping to bring back the woolly mammoth. So
Yeah,
Colossal
we talked about
Labs,
this before. That's such a bad idea.
And I spoke with B.D. Wong about that. He was Dr. Wu in the Jurassic Park, and I asked him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think we've every movie we did is proof that was a bad idea."
Very bad idea.
So they're still planning to do it. Yeah. SpaceX civilian crew made a water landing off the Florida coast last week. The first ever all civilian crew spent 3 days orbiting the Earth, by the way. People probably already heard that in the news somewhere, but I just finally got to that story.
SpaceX is fascinating.
There's some interesting stuff going on there. A new book claims that jogging while stoned on marijuana will give runners a boost.
Okay, I'm sure it does.
All right. And a massive giant chunk of pizza dough that was thrown into a dumpster has swelled up to enormous proportions. It started as a blob, fully contained the dumpster, completely filled the dumpster, rose over the top of the metal box thanks to temperatures that were in the 90s. The pizza dough was tossed into they were
How big was the blob?
There were several pieces that they were going to get rid of because this is when Hurricane Ida was coming. So they were discarding it because they're like, we're not going to use this. We're going to throw it away. They can haul it away before. And so they were trying to get ahead of things, and instead it like overtook the whole alley. So not good. That is your scoop of the day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Mr. Jeremy Sisto. Welcome back to the program. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. FBI Season 4. Holy cow. It just gets better and better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does seem to. That's how Dick likes it. He likes to improve on something that's already pretty darn good. I'm happy to be on it.
Yeah, Emmy Award winner Dick Wolf working with the folks at CBS. They put out this program, FBI. You get invited to be a part of it, and I'll tell you what, that had to be a pretty fun call to get.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a bit of an unknown when you're deciding to do something new. This was a kind of a different kind of role than I'd done before, and it's when you're starting out something like this, there is some, for Dick, there is the process of creating something that's going to have the legs that he's hoping this has. It takes some massaging in the beginning and trying to find out exactly what works, and so that was something I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to witness how he does that, and it was exciting to be in the midst of it and to see how the show has gotten better and better and sort of honed into something that could really be around for a long time.
Now, in addition to FBI, you've got a new movie coming out as well right now. How in the world do you find time for all of this stuff?
Well, I just have a couple months off a year, so I try to fit some. I come from the 90s, so that's when we all did a lot of little independent movies. That's how I cut my teeth. That's how I kind of learned how to be on camera, I guess. And so, yeah, whenever I can fit something like this on, it's great. It's fun to be with, young filmmakers who are just excited about being on a set and kind of learning how to do this thing and telling their stories and yeah, so that was a fun one last night in Rozzy, it's called, and the writer producer, put a lot of his sweat and tears into this thing, and so it's always fun to be, to kind of be supportive of that venture.
And I see that's available through video on demand right now. Last Night in Rozzy. I'll make sure to throw a link to that to make it really easy to find as well. So what can we talk about for season 4? Because I know it's, just kind of coming out. So there's probably some things we can't really talk about, but we can talk about the fact that you're in season 4, right? For FBI?
Yeah. Well, there was an episode that my son, last year we found out my son has cancer and is getting treated in the hospital that he's in, getting his getting an operation. There's a cyber attack on the hospitals, and so all of the equipment gets shut down. And so my character is has a very personal objective in this thing. So you learn a little bit more about my personal life with my son and how that's going. And there's also a new relationship that's, actually an old relationship who's the big boss who has come in and come to our location, is working with us now. And so, my character is recovering alcoholic, and so this is kind of his first relationship back since, he wrecked his marriage, and so there's a lot going on for him, but he's also, most importantly, got a very big job, and he's very good at what he does. So that's the fun of the show. But the character becomes, more and more full and complex with each season.
Well, we're excited for season 4, and again, I know it just came out, and there are folks that are watching, and if they want to catch up on season 1, 2, and 3, they can find that online, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think a bunch of different places. CBS.com, I imagine. I think it's all over the place. I don't really know exactly.
I'm looking here. It looks like it's in the Paramount app as well. So if people do the Paramount Plus, they can find it there. Jeremy, thank you for your time, and congrats on all the success you're having.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today has been Jeremy Sisto. You can find him on CBS television in their new hit show, FBI. Season number 4 just kicked off. Holy cow, 4 seasons now. It's on Tuesday nights on CBS television. Again, it's called FBI. I'm going to throw a link to that in the show notes for today, and I'll throw a link to the movie we talked about. That movie, I wish we had more time to talk about that. It's called Last Night in Rozzy, Rozzie. I'm going to throw a link to that in the show notes for today as well. You can find it all at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Genetically, you are more like your dad than your mom. So I'm
not even genetically related to my dad, but I am more like my dad than my mom.
Well, but your genetic father, they say that you would be more like your genetic father. But yeah, in your case, Charlie, who happens to be your stepdad, you never call him that. He's your dad.
He's my dad.
But yeah, and you and your dad, Charlie, are a lot alike.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of creepy. For those of you who listen on Tuesdays and hear her talking and them talking, it's just kind of weird. Anyway. So anyway, genetically, you're more like your dad than your mom.
Okay.
You would think that everybody would be different, but they're saying no, everybody is genetically more like their father than the mother. I don't know how that works, but somehow that works. It's today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline, Mexico. The Mexican government is giving away former drug lord El Chapo's safe house.
They're just giving it, like auctioning it off?
They're doing a national lottery.
Okay.
And they decided to use that as the prize.
Might as well. What are they going to do with it?
Would you want to live in the former
Sure.
drug lord's safe house? I don't know that I would, because imagine somebody didn't get the proper new forwarding address to the fact that he's dead. You start getting packages. I just don't.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even worry about that. I think everybody kind of knows what went down there.
I don't think I want to live there. But well, for those who do, there you go. You can buy a ticket, I guess. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I got to just hit the highlights on this one. There's a lot going on here. 27-year-old Sir Dangerous Lashad London grabbed a woman's car keys and refused to give them back. She jumped into a different car and tried to leave, while Sir Dangerous jumped in the passenger seat. Then he punched the front window and broke it, punched the side window and broke it, punched the radio and broke it. And he told her that, hey, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to make your life miserable. And then he got out and she drove away and he jumped in the other car that he took the keys and he chased her. Well, she went to the police department and he was arrested.
And she made his life miserable.
Multiple charges. Armed kidnapping, burglary of occupied conveyance, aggravated battery using a deadly weapon, committed aggravated battery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, grand theft of a motor vehicle, and last but not least, is it on the board? Ding, ding, robbery. All of those things.
Sir Dangerous.
Yeah, Sir Dangerous. That's a terrible idea. It's today's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. The FBI has arrested a man for allegedly planting bombs outside a cell phone store in Michigan. So the agent that we're getting the story from, Timothy Waters, announced that the arrest was made in connection to two incidents where a man allegedly, I'm saying, because again, you know, he's got to go on trial yet, placed devices outside of a Verizon store in Sheboygan.
Sheboygan. I love to say that town's
and an
name.
AT&T store in Salt Sweet. I don't know what that is. Salt Ste. Marie. I don't know what that is. Anyway, each of the devices was found in a U.S. Postal Service box, sealed with black duct tape, and
Yikes.
had the letter CMT written on them. All kinds of threats in there as well. Coalition for Mortal Telecommunications is the group that he's a part of.
Okay.
So he was arrested, going to be in all kinds of trouble. I don't quite understand, but what they're saying is that, you know, he's not alone. There's other people. So what a bizarre. I'm glad he got caught. It is not a good plan. Don't do that. If you're hanging out with friends that want to do that stuff, don't hang out with them. They're bad friends.
Those are bad friends.
They are bad friends. It's today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, But I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I am ready.
You could sure use a win. Fresh Pond, Cambridge, Maryland. Fresh Pond. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Golf course.
And the answer is
There we go.
good job. That could have gone either way, really.
That could have gone either
Fresh
way.
Pond is kind of a weird name for a golf course. It's also kind
And
of a weird name for a rehab
rehab center.
But you know what? I'm glad that you got it right. So mark one down in the books for Heidi this week. That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com, and it's kind of a neat story. A mother tears up when a little boy walks up to her table in a restaurant. Here's what's going on. A young mother said she was brought to tears after witnessing a little boy's act of kindness at a restaurant. Sophia Crahan is 24. She had taken her child to a restaurant in England, and it says they have little children play area there. And I was on the grabbing machines. I don't know what that is. And I was trying to win my little girl a
Probably
pink and
the
purple
claws,
teddy bear.
you know, the claw machine.
Claw machine.
Yeah.
There you go. I went 3 times and I failed. I just couldn't do it. There was a little boy standing next to me watching what I was doing. I said, "It's your turn now. You can go." And the little boy won a toy. And the little boy walked over to the table holding a pink and purple teddy bear for her daughter.
Oh,
He said, "I just won this for your little girl." And the lady said, "Well, you don't need to do that." He said, "No,
sweet is that?
I've won it." I was nearly in tears. It was such a nice thing to do. It really is.
Well, he probably didn't want the pink teddy bear anyway.
She said the
so-
boy was about 10 years old. She said, "I saw him go back to his table where he sat down. I took out a 2-pound note from my purse and I went over and gave it to him and said, 'Thank you very much.'" His parents said, "What happened?" And I explained what happened. And they said, "Oh, he is a lovely little boy." So they didn't even know that he had done this. So it's not like he did it because mom and dad told him to do it. He literally did it because he could. I think that's really, really neat.
You gotta love. I mean, kids, you know,
Those claw
there's
games
some really good.
Our daughter is really good
Well,
at those.
she's good at 'em.
Do you remember we went to I think I spent like
We're
4
like, it's such a waste of
Yeah.
money. We're not giving you any money. And she comes back with a toy. Can I have another one? We're like, you're not going to win again. You need to learn a lesson. You're not going to win again. And then she comes back with another toy. Can I have another $1? Like
I'm like, here.
every time she went, she won. She won.
did.
She won.
She kept winning. I'm like, man, you're pretty good at this game. Note to self, find a way to use that skill in life. All right, that is your good news for today, brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.